Hey guys, I do not want to be condescending or anything like that, but I gotta be crystal clear. We are taking a test next week. That is, the 19th through the 23rd. We are taking our Chapter 4 test, end of story. Now, how that happens and how you're going to come in, if it's green or if it's yellow, let's talk through that right now. If it is green, we have two things to do next week. We have a test to take, and we have Chapter 5.1 to cover in class. My expectation is that because the video is already posted, you could do 5.1 on Monday and take the test on Wednesday. Or you could take the test when you're supposed to on Monday and do 5.1 on Wednesday. That's assuming we're in class. Okay, I'll let you have some flexibility to decide how ready you are for the test or if you need a little help. Because we have the remote skills, we should be able to manage both of those in 1 week. Okay, so if we're in green and you show up on Monday ready to take the test, or on Tuesday ready to take the test is taken, we're done. If you don't show up ready, we can delay it, but it has to happen the next time I have you in class. No negotiating that piece. So you got to make a decision about when we're taking that test if we're in green. Now, I'm really operating on the assumption that we're going to be yellow. Until I hear something different or find out some other information, I don't know. I don't assume that there's going to be a reason to go back to green, but who knows? Maybe there will be. So assuming that we are in yellow, right here in this email that you're seeing, as to get this video, you're probably looking at this email, there's the Mr. Welch yellow schedule. That spreadsheet, that Excel spreadsheet, is where you're going to open up my schedule. And this is what it looked like this last week. But if I go to, say, let's move this over. If I go to the 19th, which is Monday, this is what it looks like. And this is what it's going to look like the whole week. Okay? There are these yellow periods. There are 7 of them every hour. The test should take you about an hour. Not really any more than that. But there are 7 of them per hour. Those 7 are for Algebra 2 students to take their test. And so if you want Monday morning at 8 o'clock to come in, take your test, and be done with it, come in at 8 a.m. and get it done. I'd love that. But if you feel like you need a little bit more time to prep, a little more time to study, you could put it off to Wednesday or Thursday, even Friday. Now, next Friday, the 23rd, is a remote day. It is not a math remote day. However, if you feel like, no, that way I can take care of all my in-class work and get to that point, yes, you could theoretically do it on Friday during the remote day, still coming into the school to take the test. But what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these. All right, let's say we pick Tuesday. So let's say that Mr. Welch wants to come in. And you go, Mr. Welch. Please write your full name, your first name, last name. I don't want to have it say Maddie, and I have 10 Maddies in my Algebra 2 classes. I don't know who's coming in. Write your first name, last name, so that I know who you are. And then, so there we go. So now let's say that there's a whole bunch of Mr. Welches, and they've already filled in all the time slots. Once there's 7 yellow, you move your testing period to another slot. Only the yellow ones are designed for testing periods. The reason why is I realize you might need some help before you take your test. You might want to review a few things. I can't have everybody in doing review at the same time. I got kids taking a test. But a small number of kids who want to come in and work for half an hour prepping before they take their test could write their names down here. Maybe Susie Q wants to come in at 8 a.m. because she knows that she is right before she's going to take her test. So she says, I'm coming in at 9. I might as well come in at 8:30 or 8 o'clock and do some test prep before I take my test. That's all fair game. Please, use that time wisely. Now, if you show up to study or to get ready for your test and you're a little early and there's not a time slot, right? Whoever filled in a bunch of those spots, there's nothing there. You could go next door to Mr. Gonzalez's or down the hall to Mr. Henry. There's other places you could go, get a little bit of help, prep for your test. You can even ask me questions. I just can't have you in the room if I exceed the 11 kids or so. So I'm just throwing that out there. Please, you're going to be required to have your name somewhere in yellow, okay, by 8 a.m. Monday morning. At 8 a.m. on Monday morning, I am going to start assigning based on what period you would normally be at school. I'm just going to say, hey, you're supposed to be here on Tuesday anyway. It's a B day for your class. This is when I expect you to be here. And I will send that information to your parents and you and say, this is your assigned time. If you'd prefer to pick your time, you want the flexibility to say, this is my best time to take a test. I don't get up in the mornings real early. Or, I have work at 3 o'clock and I really don't want to be testing right before that. Then you need to set your time by being proactive and filling it in. You'll notice that there's some slots for my physics class and my principal's class. I'm trying to preserve some time for them to come in and get help. It's also an opportunity for me to make sure that they're doing okay and that if they need something, I can help them. If you need to come in and get some help, you're always welcome to stop by and see if there's open slots, but you never know. Okay, so just bear with me. Let's communicate. Let's work together. And I'm going to open these slots up so that you guys can come in. Obviously, if you need to take your test at 11, you want to come in and get some help right before, I want to make sure that's there for you. So you get your name on this list, then I'm expecting you to show up at that time. And if you don't, you need to email me. Let me know what's going on. And the expectation is that if you don't fill it in, I'm going to fill it in for you. We're taking this test. Let me help you prepare for the test. See me on Teams or stop by the school and get the help that you need. Good luck, guys. It's all going to be okay.